Hello students, welcome to the second lesson. We are studying second order derivatives. In the last class I have given you the idea of second order derivatives and a few examples on second order derivatives. Let us continue with some more examples. So this is exercise 5.7. Illustrative example, I have done all the questions given in the textbook, and in exercise problem also we have done about 10 up to 10th question. Let us work out the remaining. These questions are bit lengthy, and normally in examination these questions are asked for more marks, for example 4 or 5 marks depending on the pattern of the question paper. So exercise 5.7, 11th question. If y equal to 5 cos x minus 3 sin x, then prove that d square y by dx square plus y equal to 0. We have done one such question already where it was a cos x plus b sin x. Here instead of a and b, numbers are given. We have y equal to 5 cos x minus 3 sin x. Therefore, dy by dx equal to d by dx of 5 cos x minus 3 sin x. So, this will be equal to minus 5 sin x minus 3 cos x. So, once again what you have to do? So, this of course you can write minus 5 sin x minus 3 cos x. Now, d square y by dx square equal to, differentiate this again, that is minus 5 sin x minus 3 cos x. Once again we have to differentiate. So, this becomes minus 5 cos x because differentiation of sin x is cos x, and minus 3, differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. So, minus of minus becomes plus. So, the answer is therefore minus 5 cos x plus 3 sin x. Now, if you take minus sign outside, it is 5 cos x minus 3 sin x, but 5 cos x minus 3 sin x is y. Therefore, it is minus y. Therefore, d square y by dx square plus y is equal to 0. This is the question number 11 in exercise. Example 13. Y equal to 3 cos log x plus 4 sin log x show that x square y2 plus xy1 plus y equal to 0. I made it clear. Y2 means second order derivative, that is y double dash or d square y by dx square. Similarly, y1 here means dy by dx. So we have y equal to 3 cos log x plus 4 sin log x. Note here, cos log x is a composite function. Sin log x is also a composite function. So whenever you are differentiating, you have to use chain rule. So dy by dx equal to d by dx of 3 cos log x plus 4 sin log x. So this is equal to minus 3 sin log x. 3 is constant. Differentiation of cos is minus sin. So it is minus 3 sin log x. Then differentiation of log x, that is 1 by x. Similarly, 4 cos log x into 1 by x. So now what we can do is, see, d square y by dx we can definitely find for this only, but the problem is it becomes more complicated because 1 by x, so it is in the denominator, so we have to use quotient rule. So this becomes lengthy. Therefore, what you have to do is take this x which is in the denominator of the right hand side to the left hand side. So it becomes xy1 equal to minus 3 sin log x plus 4 cos log x. So I have used the same symbol. Instead of dy by dx, you can use y1. So now what you have to do is, once again you have to differentiate this. Therefore, differentiating again x into y2. Note here in the left side, differentiation of xy1. X is the first function, keep as it is. Differentiation of y1 is y2. What do you mean by y2? Y2 is d square y by dx square. So that is the symbol y2 here. So then plus y1 as it is, that is the second function. Differentiation of x is 1. So this equal to right side minus 3 cos log x into 1 by x, chain rule. Same thing here, 4 sin log x into 1 by x. Now Take x once again left side, so that x square y2 plus xy1, this will be equal to minus 3 cos log x plus minus 4 sin log x. Now you can take minus outside, so that it becomes minus y, because y is 3 cos log x plus 4 sin log x. So this is minus y. Therefore x square y2 plus xy1 plus y equal to 0. This is the answer. So let me repeat again. Here the shortcut is what I have shown here. Normally students do like this. So they take dy by dx. Once again they differentiate the same thing, but there they have to you have to use quotient rule. It becomes more lengthy. Therefore this is the alternate method, which is easy, so that within a few steps you get the answer. And another important thing is be careful about the symbol. Y1 y2 we are using here. Next example 14. Y equal to a e power mx plus b e power nx. Show that d square y by dx square minus m plus n dy by dx plus mn y equal to 0. Similar one example we have done already, that is I think like 2 into e power 3x plus 3 into e power 2x, where a, b, c are given particular value and mn are also given particular value, like something like 2, 3. Here it is in general, a, b are constants, m and n are also constants. So let us do. We have y equal to a into e power mx plus b into e power nx. Therefore differentiate dy by dx equal to d by dx of a into e power mx plus b into e power nx. So a is constant, it comes out. Differentiation of emx is m into e power mx plus b n into e power nx, that is differentiation of e power nx. So this is the first derivative. Second order derivative, d square y by dx square. So once again you have to differentiate this one, a m into e power mx plus b n into e power nx, so that this becomes a m square e power mx plus b n square e power mx. So now what you do is take the left hand side, d square y by dx square minus m plus n dy by dx plus mn y. Now substitute. So this will be equal to a m square e power mx plus b n square e power nx, then minus m plus n into a m e power mx plus b n e power nx, then plus mn into y is a e power mx plus b e power nx. Now the problem is only to remove the bracket, simplify the terms, then cancel, you get 0. Let us do it. Say this equal to a m square e mx plus b n square e nx minus, see you can simplify like this, m into a m into e power mx is minus a m square e mx, because minus is there. That means I am multiplying by m. Similarly b mn e power nx, then similarly minus a mn e power mx, that is removing the bracket. Then last one a mn e power mx plus b mn e power mx. Now you see here exactly, some are positive, some are negative, they cancel. So you can see here a m square e power mx minus a m square e power mx cancels. Similarly b n square e power nx minus b n square e power mx cancels. Then minus b mn e power nx plus b mn e power nx cancels, and minus a mn e power mx plus a mn e power mx cancels. So it is 0. See, in such question what you have to do is, it is not difficult in terms of problem, but it is difficult in terms of simplification. So simplification you should be careful. Even if you make a small mistake in removing the bracket or multiplying, you get wrong answer. So it requires a little bit of practice in removing the bracket and simplifying. So this is the question, RHS. So this is example 14. Next example 15. If y equal to 500 e power 7x plus 600 e power minus 7x, then show that d square y by dx square equal to 49y. So we have y equal to 500 e power 7x plus 600 e power minus 7x. dy by dx equal to d by dx of 500 e power 7x plus 600 e power minus 7x. So this equal to 500 constant. Then differentiation of e power 7x is 7 into e power 7x, chain rule. Similarly, second one is minus 7 into e power minus 7x. Now what you have to do is, of course, 3500, actually it need not be multiplied, you can keep as it is also. So now once again differentiate, so this will be equal to d by dx of 3500 e power 7x minus 4200 e power minus 7x. Now once again 3500 is a constant, then e power 7x as before chain rule. In a differentiation of e power 7x is 7x, then differentiation of 7x is 7. So same thing here, 4200. Then differentiation of e power minus 7x is e power minus 7x. Differentiation of minus 7x is minus 7. Now if you see here, last simplification, of course this is plus because minus of minus. Now here what you can do is 49 you can take out, 7 common, and 7 is common in 3500 as well as 4200. Therefore taking those things, what remains is 5000 e power 7x, then plus 500 e power 7x plus 600 e power minus 7x, but that is 5. Therefore it is 49y. So this is what we wanted to prove. So this is 49y. So this is example 15. Next, example 16. If e power y into x plus 1 equal to 1, show that d square y by dx square equal to dy by dx whole square. So we have e power y into x plus 1 equal to 1. Differentiating, we get d by dx of e power y into x plus 1 equal to d by dx of 1. So that is e power y. In the left side you use product rule. So ey as it is, then dy by dx. That's the differentiation of ey is ey into dy by dx, chain rule, into x plus 1 as it is. That is the first function you differentiate. Second one you keep as it is, plus same thing, ey you keep as it is, differentiation of d by dx of x plus 1. This is the left hand side, product rule. Then right side, of course, differentiation of 1 is 0. Proceed, ey, then dy by dx into x plus 1 plus ey into 1, this equal to 0. Therefore, what is ey? Into dy by dx plus 1 plus ey equal to 0. So now what you can do is dy by dx x plus 1 equal to 0, because e power y cannot be 0. That's one thing. So it can be cancelled. Therefore we are getting dy by dx into x plus 1 equal to 0. Therefore dy by dx will be equal to minus 1 by x plus 1. So this is our dy by dx. Next, this let us call it as 1. Then differentiate 1 again. So you get d square y by dx square. D square y by dx square. That is equal to differentiation of minus 1 by x plus 1. What is this? So this is equal to minus 1 into minus 1 by x plus 1 whole square. So this will be equal to minus 1 into minus 1 becomes 1, then x plus 1 whole square. So this is d square y by dx square. Now look here, this is 2. So now squaring 1, what do we get? Dy by dx whole square. This will be equal to minus 1 by x whole square, because when you square it, minus 1 becomes plus 1. So I have directly written. Now look at the right hand side of 2 and 3. They are one and the same. Therefore from 2 and 3 you get d square y by dx square will be equal to dy by dx the whole square. This is what we wanted to prove. So this is example 16. 17. If y equal to tan inverse x square, then show that x square plus 1 whole square plus y to plus 2x into x square plus 1 y1 equal to 2. So this is once again here y1 y2 means y1 first order derivative, y2 means second order derivative. So we have y equal to tan inverse x whole square. Therefore y1, that means dy by dx, equal to d by dx of tan inverse x then whole square, that is equal to 2 into tan inverse x into 1 by 1 plus x square. Chain rule. Differentiation of x square is 2x. Therefore, differentiation of tan inverse x square is 2 tan inverse x. Differentiation of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. So, this is the first. Now, what we do here also, take x square plus 1 left side. So, that saves your time. 2 into tan inverse x. So, this is the important step here. Otherwise, in normally what students do is, once again they differentiate and find. So there you have to use quotient rule, which is difficult. So here important thing is take x square plus 1 to the left side. So now it is y1 into x square plus 1 equal to 2 into tan inverse x. Differentiate again. y2. Now why it is y2 into x square plus 1? Look here, left hand side. Let me explain. First differentiation of y1, that becomes y2. Product rule, x square plus 1 as it is plus y1 as it is. Then differentiation of x square plus 1 is 2x. Therefore, left hand side becomes y2 into x square plus 1 plus y1 into 2x. Product rule. What is the right hand side now? 2 is constant. Differentiation of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square or x square plus 1. Now you got the answer. What you have to do? What is the last step? X square plus 1 in the right hand side is in the denominator. That you have to multiply to the left hand side. So cross multiply x square plus 1 whole square into y2 plus 2x into x square plus 1 y1. This is equal to 2. This is what we want. Let me repeat again. The same question normally done by the student. What they do is y2 directly they find without taking x square plus 1 left side. So that is also correct. But calculation becomes very, very lengthy. Differentiation becomes more complicated. Therefore, if you multiply left side with x square plus 1 or cross multiply x square plus 1 which is on the right side, differentiation becomes simple and you get the answer directly. So this is example 17. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you have understood the simple process of getting the required result, that is proving type examples. Please subscribe if you have not yet subscribed and share with your friends. Along with the syllabus related lesson, I am also uploading Karnataka CET. I have already uploaded a few lessons and I know some students are eagerly waiting and watching my lesson. Please continue so that it will be an encouragement for me. When students watch lesson and like the lesson and send the positive response, so it becomes a motivating factor for any teacher. Hope you will continue to do so. Let us meet in the next lesson. One more concept is remaining in this chapter, that is Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. Actually, it comes under application of derivatives, but in the NCERT textbook they have included in the chapter 5 only. Let me do those two things also. With that, this chapter will be over. And I have already started uploading the remaining lessons also. For example, application of derivatives, because some students requested, sir, please upload the remaining lessons also because we want to study. Therefore, sometimes I will be uploading the lessons simultaneously, but I will be completing the entire chapter, whether it is simultaneous or at one particular stretch. So please watch all the lessons. And as I told you already, all the lessons will be kept in separate playlist. Therefore, if you subscribe, it is very easy for you to get all the lessons because you can go to the playlist and watch the lesson. Let us meet in the next lesson. Till then, bye. Take care.